matchup. From 16 down to 13 teams, we'll eliminate one more this afternoon. Got the Falcons and the Cowboys. Tag team elite and the Bad Rabbits, the bracket. Just moments ago, the Raiders advancing. Face off with Texas Fury tomorrow, representing the Texans out of Austin, Texas. And we were gone from 16 down to 13. One more team set to be eliminated, alongside of the former gold medalists at 2022 World Games, Rebecca London, Roy Philpott. An exciting start. It was a defensive start with our first game today, but these two teams now very explosive, and there should be plenty of fireworks.
There should be, and we saw a little bit of Bad Rabbits yesterday that were going around in the pool play, and they started the game down. They were losing, and they came back to win that game in overtime and then won the rest of their 3 matches. So we can expect a lot from them. Bad Rabbits was also in the later stages of this tournament last year. So we also have a team that has a lot of confidence, a lot of experience, and know what this feels like.
All right, so you've been in moments like this. The pressure for these young ladies getting closer towards a championship. The championship, 5 o'clock on ABC on Sunday. What is that like? How do you manage?
Yeah, you just got to think about the game that you have in front of you. We would always say the most important game is the one that we have to play right now. So the focus, of course, for any of these teams is just the girls that are in front of them, not thinking about the future, because it can get to you, right? The pressure can get to you. So you really need to focus on what you have to do for this specific game.
We do that as broadcasters as well. We've got the start of our next matchup here in the round of 16, the 2025 NFL Flag Championship.
So many things around that flag football that make it such special sport, and that's why we love it.
And representing the Falcons, and head coach Ormond Moore, tag team elite, their quarterback Kennedy Young, set to play flag at Huntington College. And they've got plenty of firepower, as do the Bad Rabbits. Representing the Cowboys, led by Giovanna Ortiz at quarterback. They have made their respective runs in this tournament in the last couple of years, and currently in the midst of another role. They will get possession first, with Kennedy Young as the quarterback.
Yeah, and look out for Paula Nicole Cruz. So she's #1, and she was part of the under-17 national team player for the USA. So she's a player to watch. She was nominated for NFL Latino Youth Honors this past Super Bowl. There she is, motivated by her mom, by her sister. This is a flag football family.
The Cowboys get it. Giovanna Ortiz, the quarterback. Big fan of C.D. Lamb, the receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. She has played flag since she was 7 years old, and also a standout softball player. Number 11 in gray. The Bad Rabbits representing the Dallas Cowboys. Set to go. The Falcons will shift back into a zone look. And Ortiz with plenty of time as the pressure arrives, and the pass is caught across the middle to Gomez for a short gain. It'll be second down in midfield from there.
Beautiful. They're going to take advantage of that soft spot in the middle as long as they give it to them. This is how they're going to play all the way. If you're going to give that up, I'm just going to take it from you.
Take what the defense gives you. That's football 101.
Yeah, and sometimes in flag football, we try to be creative. That's the right way to do it, to push our sport forward. But also, you got to play really smart when it comes to flag.
Alan Salas, the head coach. You know him quite well. Panama's national team coach. He knows what it takes to win a championship. Ortiz, clean snap again and a quick delivery. The pass is caught approaching midfield and sidestepping out of bounds. About 1 yard short of the line to gain. It'll be third and mid there.
Yeah, and we're going to see here, again, whatever the defense gives you. So there's a lot of space between the cornerbacks and the receivers. They're just going to throw those short passes if you give it to them and gain up those yards after the catch. Now, interesting what they could do right now in 3rd and half.
Anna DeCastro with the reception. 3rd and this close. You can take a shot deep, figuring that you this time results in the point. And the Cowboys leading the Falcons early.
Yeah, and when you see this formation, they're basically obligating the defense to play zone, because you can't play man when they're lined up like that. Spaces are going to open up. Just a great catch in the back at the end zone.
Kennedy Young on the field as the quarterback for the Falcons, wearing number 11. And across the middle, Jasmine Smith, they call her Naz. And a penalty marker comes in. Well, number 1 Emily Howard, our NFL flag referee. Automatic first down. So now some opportunities to try to go deep, approaching midfield, and first down for Kennedy Young. Sidearm delivery off the carom and then going down. That's a smart move. It'll be second in midfield. And what's the strategy?
Yeah, I think you can go really deep right now because you know then you have a third down. So you can be risky right now, try to gain good position for the other half of the field.
Young committing to play for Huntington College. The pass will be tipped and batted down on the pressure.
You need to take advantage of those situations because we know that once you cross that midfield, you have to gain 25 yards in 3 downs.
Madeline Montez able to get a working against Holly. She approached that front pylon with Quintero.
And what goes through my mind is it was the other way around. So this last play should have been the second down. And what was the second down should have been this this last play, right? Just to make sure you're crossing that midfield.
Surprised they elected to punt here, given the set of circumstances and how close they were to midfield. Obviously early in a conservative approach, which you probably aren't surprised with here in the round of 16. Ortiz. Flag will be pulled on the completion. And the reception by Nicole Cruz. Paula Nicole Cruz has been active early.
Yeah, what we were saying, the defense is too way back. They need to be a little bit tighter on those coverages. Even if they're playing zone, they need to really trust that there's somebody behind them that will watch out for them. Look at that
Rabbits
space.
Representing the Cowboys with a 7-0 lead. Ortiz throws it behind the line of scrimmage. She'll get it back. And then down the field, bobbled and incomplete, and tiptoeing out of bounds for a moment. Enriquez. It'll be third down, midfield to go.
Yeah, so we see no rusher in this play at the beginning. They kill the clock with that lateral pass, and this is just something you gotta catch. She wanted to run before she had the ball in her hands.
That happens, right? I know you're a rusher by default, but that can occur in big moments.
Of course. Sometimes the easiest balls are the hardest.
First and goal for the Falcons there.
That was a great pass into traffic. Great catch, and then the footwork. Making sure she's finding that space in the open field. Little hip twit. And the yards.
Kennedy back at it. And she'll fire it incomplete. Working against the grain, open for a moment. It'll be second down and goal. We talked about Smith and what she brings to the table. She used to be a boxer growing up.
Wow.
Number 1. The team with the red shorts and the white jerseys. Bottom of your screen. Her physicality has been on display and expected to play flag football for Life University. Second and goal. Young eludes the pressure for a moment into traffic and incomplete.
The rusher is doing a great job of making the quarterback uncomfortable. We're talking about Carol Quintero. She's in her face, which is something really important. You gotta get there really fast. Make sure your hips are down low, but you can put your arms up without jumping, making sure she's uncomfortable in her vision.
Audrey Young will line up in the Falcons, and it was Long that batted it away at the last moment.
Yeah, 2 big plays by her. She's also going to college playing flag football. Andrews College, you can see here how she's gonna step inside, cross arm, perfect technique to make that incomplete pass.
I mentioned Andrews College, clean defense and outstanding speed and skill on full display.
We were talking about how they needed a stop. They got it. Oh my God, so close to an interception.
Kennedy Young into coverage, and the pass falls incomplete for the Bad Rabbits. It was Gomez on the final play of the half. And our score at 15-0. Now the head coach Rebecca, they do get the football to begin this second half.
Yes, and they need to score right now. Flag football moves so fast. You get so few opportunities to get points on the board. They need to make it work right away.
Young gets across the left side and out of bounds. Second down, midfield to go. And then 3 downs to score a touchdown from there.
And this was a good option to start off, right? You get a really good athlete with lots of speed. Make sure you're gaining yards, really ability, catching that ball in its highest point, and then twisting that hip to get across the line.
Young also committing to play flag football at Florida Memorial University. She's been a part of competitive cheer early in her athletic career. And you love young ladies that continue to play multiple sports and hone their skills, improve their footwork, and give their team a chance to win a title. Sidearm delivery again, this time from Kennedy Young, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, and this is sometimes what coach will tell you. Like, you need to go back to the basics. Make sure your arms are out. You're setting that triangle, making sure you're looking for that ball that's not getting to your chest. And you avoid situations like this where it bounces off your body.
Second and goal. Moriarty was the intended target. Kennedy Young will play flag at Huntington College. Sings it. And Audrey Young unable to catch up to it near the goal line.
Her throw has like a zip. It's like really flying low. I wish she would put a little bit more air into it. Make sure that her receiver is where she's supposed to be. She has time to adjust. Those balls that are like really flat, it's just a little bit harder when you're a receiver. An effort, honestly, by Audrey Young, and you can see right here again catching that ball in its highest position, and then the hip, and then she was trying to do the dip. I love the dip move. My knees, 2 surgeries, can't do it.
Explain the dip for those that are unaware of what that entails.
Yeah, so basically what you do, instead of moving the flags away from the defender from right to left, you do it from up and down, right? So you kind of do like a, how do you call that?
Kneeling
I'm showing
with
it
one
to you.
knee?
Not a kneel, but like a, yeah.
You bring your knee close to the turf, but it can't touch the turf.
Of course, it can't touch the turf. You need to have like really good balance, making sure you're moving those tip of your toes into the turf to keep it. Is not an easy move, honestly.
Ortiz, the quarterback, second down, midfield to go, a 15-0 lead. Backwards pass to Castro. Zings her way towards midfield. The flag will be pulled. It'll be 3rd and mid from there. You notice the pace for the Bad Rabbits has slowed down. So you take another look at that play, and a nifty finish trying to continue that play.
Yeah.
Bad Rabbits in no hurry at this point with a 2-score lead.
Absolutely not. The ones that are in a hurry should be the tag team elite, and they need to be tighter at that defense. Like, they're giving them 5 yards, and you can see that kind of messed up with her vibe right there. She should have had a little bit more space to the sideline, but she just wanted to celebrate with her.
Falcons trying to hang around, still have a chance. Smith in and out of her hands.
That is the longest play today. It all started with a pass. Kind of reminds me a little bit about U.S. national team player Vanita Crouch. She has that throw to the side. It's so hard to cover. Me as a rusher personally, I always have trouble with her.
So a gain of 38 yards by Audrey Young. And now Kennedy Young, the quarterback, on 2nd and goal. Underneath and incomplete. Moriarty unable to catch it cleanly on the move and approaching that front pylon. So now 3rd and goal, one more play here for the Falcons.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of drops from Moriarty. I think it's all focused on her vision. She's not looking at the ball through the whole process of catching it, securing it to her body. Yeah.
So again, the Bad Rabbits in no hurry with this advantage, and thinking about the next round and what could be on the way, just trying to close this one out.
So I would say a couple of things. First, they need to make sure they know how to attack the double quarterback when Bad Rabbits has the ball, of course. But then also, as a defense, you've got to be tighter in your coverage. If not, they're just going to gain those yards and make sure the clock runs out.
Yeah, we've seen DeCastro and also Ortiz. And they've been able to throw the football back and forth deep in the backfield to create an advantage for the Cowboys. Across the middle. Flag pulled quickly after the pass was caught by DeCastro.
And now what we can expect from Bad Rabbits is just they're going to take the longest time to get that play started, right? So they're going to wait for the ref to start counting 5, 4, 3. They're going to take as much time as they can. Right now we're going to see the clock stop because Team Elite has asked for a timeout.
And we watched Bad Rabbits yesterday. We mentioned the wind and how Giovanna Ortiz was able to deal with that, her arm strength. She 3 touchdown passes already today. Unbothered by pressure, elements, or anything else happening, has just stayed extremely cool, calm, and collected. Second down after the timeout. All afternoon to survey, the pass is broken up.
And this was interesting. So they decided not to send a rusher, which means she only has 7 seconds to throw that pass. And you can see her rushing to throw it, even though the rest of the team was covered. And that's why it's an incomplete pass. Interesting choice by the defense, but it ended up working out well.
So on third down in midfield to go, a timeout is called. That'll stop the clock. And Tag Team Elite with the Falcons with 1 timeout remaining, trailing by 15. All right, offensively, the strategy here, obviously you want to get towards midfield, but you talked about the 2-quarterback system. Bad Rabbits have utilized that a lot today, and it's been impressive.
Yeah, and I would say that's kind of part of like the DNA of how we play flag football in Mexico. Like most teams you would see having 2, 3 quarterbacks even. So it's part of the process of how we play. And some teams, if they don't know that, they're going to have a really bad time or a challenge.
Or as the rusher, you're playing pinball going back and forth, and that creates the opening.
And that's why you have to know the adjustment. So normally when that would happen, you have to send another rusher to make sure she doesn't have space.
Ortiz was under center and delivers another strike. Tiptoeing on that far sideline. The pass is caught by Enriquez.
Trying to gain more points. More points. They want more points. Sometimes even like looking at a team's scoreline, you can get intimidated, right? So it's important to get so many points on that board because the other teams are going to be scared of you coming into a match with you. Totally real.
By looking at the box score and seeing the total number of points.
Yes, you can see they're dominant players. So going into game, you can be like really nervous about it. At least at World Championships, we're always looking at the scores.
You remember.
Yeah, I remember.
Quick strike. And right near that front pylon, out of bounds. The Bad Rabbits, Polinico Cruz. Third down and goal to go. So one play with time winding down, under a minute remaining.
They're going to have enough time to put more points on the scoreboard if that's what they're looking for, which is obviously what they want. They're going to take all the time they can off that clock, but then make sure that they have very clear vision of what they're supposed to do and what could be one of the last plays of this game.
Castro with the snap and lobs it incomplete in that front corner. And with time ticking away, the Falcons will get it back on the turnover on downs.
And a lot of people would ask, like, why did she not run? She's in the no-run zone. So 5 yards into the touchdown, 5 yards into midfield, you can't run. And that's why also sometimes there's not a rusher in those positions because you know there's no risk.
23 seconds remaining. Kennedy Young back on the field, standing on her own goal line. As the clock stopped momentarily, and we did not see the timeout called by the Falcons, you would assume that that's what happened. And a 21-6 ball game. Young underneath, incomplete. And perhaps one more snap or two. Now the 2-quarterback system, DeCastro, Ortiz, awfully impressive. More importantly, productive in a 15-point lead. We'll step aside, come back, wrap things up. 21-6 our final score here in Canton.